Hello VR addicts, welcome to my channel. I am Paolo Trianni and this is Grimlord, early access game on Steam. Negatives. Yeah, I know, I'm starting with the negatives, but it is an early access game and I just want to get them out of the way. There are missing textures, awful pop-ins, weapons and potions that are difficult to bestow on your person. Foes feel empty and could do with more. How to explain this? Like they speak, but yet their mouths are closed. Their eyes look lifeless. Yeah, I know they're undead, but many undead movies and games still have human facial movements. In this, there really isn't any on the undead. Weapons won't parry sometimes, causing you to get hit. I find that the shield is the much safer option to use. So now I've got that out of the way, let's talk about the positives. The combat feels great overall. You have to be smart on your attacks and learn foes' movements plus attacks to stay ahead. There is nothing more satisfying than knowing it was your dodge, parry, / poke to the eye that brought down an enemy. Combat is solid minus the negatives I mentioned above. Being a Souls-like game, and Souls being the case, in this case called matter. Yeah, Souls are called matter. The game is challenging, and if you die while your matter is laying in the battlefield, you lose it. Just like a Souls game, and like a Souls game, you can use matter to level up your character. You have 3 skilled combat classes to pick from: Magic, Knight and Bowman, all of which have their own states. I think Magic's Mage, Knight and Bowman. There are many weapon types in the game, including the ability to mix and match those weapons. For health or to regain mana, you find scattered hidden potions around the levels. These are there for the one time and don't respawn after using sundial like tool thing, which, you know, is similar to using a bonfire. Weapons cannot be picked up from the enemies in the game, but can be found laying about the levels, waiting for you to pick them up and enjoy their mighty benefiting grandeur. Enemy types are many, and I suspect as the game grows will become more, especially like the dancing, massive axe wielding undead brute. I mean, he just bobs his head constantly like he's a rocker, you know, heavy metaler. It wouldn't be a Souls-like game without bosses, and bosses there are. There is like 4 bosses within this early access. I'm not the greatest Souls game player, but I got the bosses on the first try, so are they too easy? Tell me in the comments below. The levels look bland to start with, but as you go further on, you do get that grandness. I noticed issues, as I mentioned above already, but as you go on, you do get a little of that Souls feeling. The surroundings get really exciting to explore. Hidden areas, doors that open a path to the sundial, minus missing textures and pop-ins, of course, which again I mentioned above. The graphics are not too bad and the doors look really good. The enemies look mostly great and the walls are planted. Virtual reality scaling plays well and everything looks perfect in that regard. Movement options are many, however running is hand swinging, you know, that hand sort of swinging to get running. I'm not a fan of that. The sound is also perfect in my opinion. It really needs no work to improve. However, I find it hard to listen to the herbalist guy. I was like blah 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 whatever mate. Which brings me to the story. It's there like a Souls game, but like a Souls game I couldn't be bothered to listen. I mean, I got the gist of it. I'm just not going to ruin it for you. No spoilers here, let's be honest. Herbalist looks like the guy to fill you in on the story behind Grimlord, and it is there, so yeah. A great start to an early access game, and I hope to see it grow and become polished. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like.